Hi guys, it's your girl Quanna Harris here for another episode of Real Talk Jamaica. We've got a fantastic show lined up for you this Sunday. Get comfortable and let's dive into the topic that makes you think, laugh, and feel. It's time for Talk Your Talk. For generations, Jamaica has been known for its vibrant culture, rich history, and close-knit communities. But in recent years, we have seen a surprising trend, a significant decline in birth rates. This isn't a statistic, it's a story about our society, our economy, and our collective dreams for the future. Tonight, we are going to explore various factors contributing to this phenomenon. To discuss this topic, we have with me Noelle Bartley and Raj Fuller. I hope I got it right. Welcome, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks.
So, how do you feel to be on Real Talk Jamaica?
Right, I feel honored to be here on your program to actually express my thoughts on this specific topic that we'll be discussing so that more Jamaicans and the wider diaspora will actually understand why there is a decline not only in Jamaica but other parts of the world.
What about you, Mr. Fuller?
I feel good.
It's our pleasure having you here.
Thank you so much.
So we're going to look at this topic from different angles. The point that I want us to start with is bedroom to boardroom. All right? So let us look at this. Let us look at it. Let us explore the economy. We're going to explore why is it that more Jamaicans are doing family planning. What is going on? I was discussing with our producer earlier on when we were talking about this topic. My producer is very young, or such a feel. But anyway, I was discussing with her earlier on when we were discussing the topic, and I was saying to her there was once a ad on TV that said 2 is better than too many. I don't know if any of you remember that ad.
Yeah.
Thank you. So see it there, my producer see it. But yes, when we were actually asking Jamaicans to slow down with having children, but no.
There's a major decline.
Exactly. Over the past years, as while doing my research, I realized that over the past years, it has declined more than half, 10%, 10.2%, I think it what the ratio was saying, that birth rate has declined so much significantly from 2020 to now in Jamaica. What are some of these causes? Bedroom or boardroom? Let's go.
I think it would be a collective of both.
Mm-hmm.
And if you think about it in the bedroom, from in school days, they would teach us about condoms and contraceptives and all of that in guidance course coming up.
Right.
So the main idea is to use a condom every time. If we're using condoms, then we're gonna have less pregnancies. Another thing is that you mentioned earlier about 2 is better than too many.
Right.
The generation that would be seeing that being played out constantly in their eyes and their ears has somewhat been inculcated to believe that to have too many children, because if I think about it, if I grow up in a home that has I'm gonna have 4 of my brother and 4 sister, and we're foodless, 4 of us sleep on one bed. The lunch money a little bit. When you go through school and become of age, you see that, hey, I really don't want this for my child, because every good thinking parent has this idea, and it's a good thinking for us because their parents don't think good. Is that the same sufferings that they had growing up they do not want to put that on their child that they have now or the child that they plan to have.
Right.
So for some persons, I think they want to plan properly. And, you know, if I should be fair, once I have a child, I will get taken care of. Because I have a daughter myself, I never bought half the stuff she have now when she was a baby. But the point is that you want to be in a better position than your parents were in. If you didn't grow up in a rich family person.
Right.
So I think the idea is that, you know, you want to have or amass a good amount of resources in order to facilitate the child and the needs of the child, because that in itself, it becomes stressful.
Right.
Yeah.
Noelle, anything to add?
A lot. All right, so I'll continue from where Rajir left off. All right, so what he's basically saying, where persons don't want their generation to go through what their generation went through, right? But also, adding to that, I would lie, especially in my industry, is that most of the females, it's not something voluntary, it's involuntary, why the birth rate has been declining. So there are persons right now as we're speaking that is crying behind closed doors, especially females, to get pregnant, because there's so many infertility issues on the rise, like hyprolactin, PCOS, general hormone imbalance. So that's one of the main reasons. Another one would have been something I would classify it as, I don't want to put it under the economy. I did a research when I got the topic, and it was so alarming and surprising. I knew these figures would be a little bit high, but the figure that I saw on the internet, especially from a interview that a popular media program did, I realized 47% of Jamaicans own their fathers. And that 47% does not consist of males that are behind bars or those that are deceased. So from my perspective and my standpoint, what I realize is that experience teaches wisdom, because if you take up, or let's say you're into one relationship, move on to another relationship, and none of the fathers, you have two children, two different fathers, none of them are not basically playing any role. At some point, as a woman, you have to stand your grounds and say, here what now, family planning time. Because what you find in that case, most persons will say, I'm not going to have another child unless I'm married.
Exactly.
That doesn't stop the fact that won't continue, but at least at this point, you realize that I can't continue like this.
Right.
Right, and as Raj rightfully said, more children, the food will become less, and especially if you end up in a single home, the mother fear try carry the weight for everybody. No.
I agree. I can piggyback on the statement that you made when you said a lot of women will now start saying, I'm not going to have another child until I am married. You understand? Not saying that is a security, but in some sense it is, because it's going to secure your child in some shape, some way, some form. So your child would have some form of stability. So you are going to be saying, listen, I'm not going to take this, I'm not going to do this because I want to secure something for my child at the end of the day. And I'm also going to go back to a point that you made about infertility issues. A lot of Jamaicans, when I was doing my research too, it was alarming to see the amount of Jamaican women that are troubled, that are having fertility issues.
Hold on, not just women, because a lot of men have
and
that's not being talked about.
Right, it's hidden because man no want to talk, so them sperm count low because them want say, right, them want to say, listen, them boy, them well active, and them know nothing go so. But yeah, so when I was doing my research and I saw it, and I'm saying, listen, so many women are troubling from endometriosis. So many women are troubling from fibroids and so PCOS, low hormone imbalance, a lot of issues. And you have to look back now and to say, where is this problem coming from? Back in the day when our grandmother and mother, them something never spit them out. You understand? So look at the food that we're eating now. So
and environmental factors.
Right.
But not try to offend the man them with smoke, but most of them these days when them smoke, but I realize that they tend to do is tigers and a bag juice, brother. Cigarettes and bag juice is not food. Rum and boom. Those are not food. Those are not food. Your body need nutrients. Just like if a vehicle, you have to service it, they give it the oil, this change the filters. It's just like the human body. And it's same thing for the female. We're consuming a lot of saturated, oh God. It's not even.
Eat too much KFC and late night time.
And it's okay. Reproductive now go on KFC.
Dietary factor.
Yeah, she have a point because environmentally, there's a lot more things in the environment that's affecting us. The air, if being in Kingston, and then I'm not sure if it like going into St. Anne, Portland, you know instantly you know the difference when you leave Kingston. The air is just different. The thing is, as well as the type of food that you have mentioned, so you eat certain food. Zinc is known to produce sperm to need a sperm. Good. Your body don't produce zinc on its own, so you have to get that from the food, and there's really not a lot of food that has that. So there are things that kill the sperms. Too much drinking,
rum,
smoking. So all of these things factorize in sperm being weak.
Or sperm immobility, because you break it down not two enough, because
right.
persons who are shooting the sperm.
Yeah, but the sperm
not move, not reach the egg. Yeah,
shoot, but they're just not effective enough. Yeah. Right, and that's one of the reasons. I tell you, a lot of females, they're crying behind closed door because they are not ovulating is one.
Right.
That's why I said the economic have something to do with it, because there are persons who identify these female or male issues, and then when they're set out now to go about correcting it or fixing it, just the price alone.
Yes, you can't afford it.
Right. Jamaica, as endocrinologists, and the cheapest one is 12,000 per visit, just to look on you until they say I'm going to give you a paper to go do the blood test. But that's almost every female dream to become a mother. The few who decide...
No, she said that's almost. She did not say that's every female's.
Right.
Almost. I go on.
The few that do decide that they do not want to be a mother, they will do everything in their power not to be a mother. Persons will look at them as being selfish. But they realize that, hey, I'm in a home where my sister and my brother, they have kids, and it's like I'm their mother, them father, so me have enough niece and nephew. Why would I see that one dumpling fry and John and Jinjin and Junjun for get out there? Then when me ever get that, no make no sense. Again, it brings back all to get experience teaches wisdom. So we realize, say, why the man, them are running left the woman. That doesn't stop you, from saying, all right, let me try. However, a lot of persons are saying, I'm going to wait till I'm married.
That's my point I was about to make. Is it that women are making better choices with partners, with choosing partners?
What, these days?
These days. What do you think?
I think it's a mixture, because I see where women choose men who then probably think that I'm have a nice job. But you know the
The truth is in set thing.
No,
hold on. Think with sale, because that's what the male are doing now. They're selling female information.
No, but women sell men information all the time. Women sell information all the time.
I know, but I'm just telling
well, women are listen. Women sell the most. Directly or indirectly, a man has to pay for something.
No, we're not.
We're not.
I don't want to go on a tangent.
Right.
But the thing is, though, what I see happening is that there are women who they want kids, they want to have a child, but they want stability. And I don't disagree with what women want instability, because you want to say you're not standing alone, because to grow a child, I think that's a job in itself. So I agree when a woman says she wants to be married, and even if marriage is not the final route, but to have a gentleman there to say, hey, no matter what, I'm there for you.
Right.
Even if relationship break up, because there's a trend where there are a lot of baby fathers out there who, if the woman now give them one little piece, them not get the money at one time.
That's true.
No, but
But it's true.
I give a father name.
Let me not even forget the title, Father. But let's
No, you have to call it what it is, you know.
Right.
Because them give the money now and then, but at the end of the day, them give them full on. Because the woman say, listen, me and the relationship done. But because of that, as soon as the woman give them a piece, they then send the money and then.
No, that is selling that you were talking about.
Well, the thing is, we're not talking about the selling aspect of that, but I mean, there are some men, I think men move for my generation. I think generation that we're in right now, I think the fathers are doing much better.
Much better.
No,
it's
than
true.
then, because
I agree.
Because if I should be honest, I haven't met my father and shook his hand before. I've only heard that man's voice on a phone. But I think generation of men, because when I go to children's with my daughter, I see a lot more men at the hospital on one bench.
That's true.
When I was young, I mean, never see that.
That is true. That is true. I can agree with that.
I think the men are doing better now. But what I do believe is that I think the men who are suffered, like a lot of men want kids now, but they want to build up themselves financially.
It's true.
So both parties want to build up themselves financially, and I think if you have more person who have quote unquote money, I think the birth rate would go up, in my opinion.
Okay. Anything?
I feel like it's a debate. Because everything we say just now, they're not going to we feel like we're up West Street.
Talking about it. Well, no topic is off limits, darling, and keeping it real.
Right.
Right.
Well, as I said, really and truly, I can take up my phone and know 10 persons right now. I wouldn't consider them to be single father, but me I tell you, young persons, and they're very much active. And like kiddos to them, they're doing extremely well. In regards to the selling part, I would want to clear up right there. So, what I mean, they're selling a store as if they're this person that I'm a responsible person. If you have a child, then so and so and so. And I can tell you this, if you go out in the street right now and do a survey, probably 99.999% of Jamaican women will tell you that, hey, we get pregnant for this person, and as soon as I have the baby, them vanish. Not vanish as in the same way they have the baby, but you know, after a period of time, most of them have them reach 2 years old for whatever reason, especially if them realize that they can't control them. Sir Guan, is no remote. Sir Guan.
So hold on, so when they say vanish
They just gone and move on to another, they gone into another female's life to rave havoc, that's what them call it. They just move on.
Okay.
I have to talk from experience because experience teaches wisdom. So what I went through in my last relationship, I will not go through it in another relationship. So you see, see the first sign, the first red flag, to it turn burgundy, it now go turn black. Sir, one.
Okay.
You know, a lot of women go through mood changes during that time. You know what I mean?
Hormonal.
So hormonal changes, mood, hormonal, emotional.
We have no control over it.
Okay, fine. Which
Okay.
I believe differently. But
What? No.
wait.
We're back there. What you say a while ago? What did you say? Let me roll it back. Did you say you don't believe that we can control it? That's what you're saying?
I think it can be controlled to some extent. Not as much as I have no lid on it any at all. Because I just think women have this thing where I think they have this free pass with emotions. And I think because women have this free pass, they just allow the floodgates to just go like that.
Okay. No, let me just give you. I'm going to help you.
We don't know
We have control over hormonal issues when you're pregnant. So anytime you're pregnant, I want to feel for sending them to Egypt for it.
But the thing is though, men I think need to understand women during that period of time, because understanding is good. As much as these changes are happening, knowing how to somehow react, respond, and behave, or having an understanding of how to, I think that could help the situation better during that. Because what I do realize is that why a lot of fathers tend to leave during that time. It's not when the child reach 3, them gone. It's during the time close to when the woman is about to give
man,
birth,
jelly back that
or after the child of birth.
jelly back that
A lot of men leave during that time.
Right.
And I think one needs to look into what's going on during that time process.
Between the pregnancy time and birth. That's what you're saying.
I totally agree with
but
you.
someone made a point and said that men were not programmed to be like that. Men were programmed to be tough, and they were supposed to hold the fort, and you understand. But a lot of women, well, I've never been pregnant, so I don't know about the mood swings or the pregnancy hormone thing, but I've had my period, and listen.
You've had close to it.
Exactly. So, to add to what you're saying is that we cannot say, yes, that men are not trained or they are not understanding women to the extent like that. So, I heard a female quote something the other day, and she said, what kept her and her husband together is that her husband made it his job to study her, to know her to the T, to know when something was really off. So is it that men need to start study the woman that they are with to know exactly what is going on? Because them always say men are from, what them say, women are from Venus, women are from Mars, that's what them say.
All right, just to add to that, as you said, in this scenario, her husband basically trained himself to know when her emotions are off. Right. One of the things that I think or can suggest that might help, as Raj says, in that period of time, example, some of the things that he needs to do, like the doctor's visit, or clinic visit, you need to go with her. So if you go with her, you basically have an idea what she's going through there and then, what some of the checkups are about, and that there and then will create a bond. Out here I think they do it privately, but most in America when persons are having baby, the father can actually go in the room, and we can tell you traumatize a lot of them, and just to see your wife on the bed, literally, Lord Jesus, she look like she got dead on the bed, and like they realize that your wife actually go through a death row. That doesn't mean that you're supposed to use it and say, oh, if she have BF surgery, you have to stick with her. But when you realize that if you are going through these, visiting with her and whatever checkup she needs, etc., during that period of time, you will realize life is like that. Sometimes a woman drops so much shit, and if nobody's at home to pick it up with her big 9 months, but she can't pick it up, you know how frustrated that is for her? There's a lot of stuff that male can do, and females can suggest in the meantime or in the interim with that, but to unless the male just don't want to understand. They can have someone just don't care.
Okay. All right.
I'll point this in.
But we don't want to be a male versus woman.
Yes, we're talking about decline in birth rates.
I want to speak on because I said it's a community.
Right.
I personally believe that a woman should have community. And when I say one should have community, I mean like, don't be alone.
Okay.
Have friends. Because if realistically a man can be there with you 100% of the time, because a man has to work, and if the man now work, bring no money, it's another problem that. It's a double whammy that. So the man has to work and the man has to take responsibilities because the woman was pregnant now, she can't work none thoughts. She takes some leave or she resign. So, auntie, friends, your girlfriend will probably not have a 9 to 5, or your mom will probably not have a 9 to 5. But for someone else who's there who can fill some gaps when the man is not available and when the man can come around you, I think a balance should needs to be created in that sense. Well,
a lot of women are not so fortunate, but let us look at the cost of living when we're doing family planning now.
70,000 a week a price mark. You tell me how it go now when minimum wage is 15,000. I'm going to do maths. But you need calculator for that 1 year.
Well, you say 70,000
for price mark. A week for grocery. Me and my son alone. So will you talk about that now?
Let's talk about that.
Okay.
It's an economic.
Pampers expensive, good ones. Feeding expensive because there are some mothers who can per se breastfeed. Clothes for the baby.
And they grow rapid, very rapid.
Yeah, they grow fast.
So you think that Jamaicans are looking at all these aspects, because you did make that point earlier on, you did say that if you saw your parents, your siblings, and how you were raised and things like that, you're going to make some adjustment before you have children. So you think that Jamaicans are actually taking into consideration the economy before they go through to have children?
Yes, I agree. And yes, just to add to that, I did say in our final point to say that if more Jamaicans were well off, I think, because a woman, even if she have a man, per se, if she have money and she have to go work, she can hire one nanny.
Okay.
All right, so I did a research as well, and globally though, whereas I realized that places like Norway, Greece, they pay to have baby. So you can't do it in Jamaica.
Jamaica economy can't afford that?
No, we're a third world country, but them can't put it in place. And they didn't give much money in a
Name out the country them. Name out the country them what them pay.
Greece, Norway, we're sure about three. Norway, Switzerland, and Greece. I did those research and I went in there.
They pay you?
Yeah, you mean
they pay good money?
What you say?
So we talk. You said Norway, and I tell my producer for research it now because you know good day for go look both.
Accurate information.
Yes, and heading to Norway, but
right.
Norway cost of living to live in Norway is very expensive.
Yeah, but there's
more than Jamaica.
Oh, they're surviving.
But we are surviving
Jamaica, we don't even have a proper transport
the Prime Minister
system. But it's just the truth. Like, with economy, I don't think it reach a place where we can pay people. Because we need more hospitals to this day. I still believe we need more schools. There are certain essential, basic things that I think Jamaica don't even have in place. So before we go up on but I'm just saying though, if a lot of Jamaicans can afford, even women, because a lot of women are quote unquote becoming independent right now.
Yes, I was about to piggyback on that one,
yes.
Because a lot of women, what I've seen in reading is that a lot of women, because they are doing higher education and they are focusing on career goals, it's either they are going to have children later. But they're securing themselves financially. So that's one of the things that I think is contributing to the decline in birth rates in Jamaica.
And then some women don't want a man who probably earn less than them, or who probably not go to the same college them go. So that in itself is a thing, because in universities the ratio of women versus men is indifferent.
Right.
It's high. There are a lot more women going to universities, graduating now. They have more businesses now, and the men. I think in my view needs to step up a bit more in regards to becoming more responsible, financially. To make more wiser decisions when it comes to that aspect of their life, so that they could. A girl can look and say, "Oh, them are in good." So what that's the next thing.
All right,
that's the next topic.
As we mentioned that just now, something came flashing back. I'm going to try my best to concede what's calling in the name. So I realized that persons, as I said, you was mentioned that persons are waiting now until they're basically stable or well off. And as you know, there is a popular person that she recently had her baby, and basically she didn't allow the system or the Jamaican persons to pressure her into having her child before she had finished doing her
whatever she wants.
Yes. So she actually waited, and then now she's actually educating persons. Now she have a program where she's educating persons on family kids still a key. So she had tell us basically set yourself, because the economic we're done day night already. So it's just for us to just listen to them, make yourself compatible as best as you can without the suffering and the surviving. If you can have a side hustle, start the side hustle while you're doing your 9 to 5, nothing else wrong with your 9 to 5, and keep it going. That's it.
I agree.
So the main reason is economy. Because for one, if you have money, having a child, you can afford a child. Also, if you have biological factors that are affecting that is restricting you as a woman or a man for having a child, you have money.
That's another one.
You can somehow get some assistance in that regard because you'll be able to pay for the service to provide you, whether it's by insemination or
You want a surrogate? No, yeah.
Yes,
because
I get a surrogate.
Right now, so the top 10 are on US right now, USA.
As you said that, women are now freezing their eggs.
Yes.
Most career-minded women,
Is that
what they're doing. Yes. You can go and freeze them. So a lot of women are taking that route.
And they are the same persons for egg donations. If you don't want to be the surrogate, and I have active eggs, and I know when they're released each month, I can go to the place at UA and tell her that, hey, I'm going to. And then right now, earning, we'll do the process. So she's supposed to pay that, ching. We'll do that, I'll do the process. But you know, it has to make money first. We'll do some blood tests.
So it all goes back to money. It all goes back to money. But let us look at love, loss, and legacy. Let us discuss the culture that we're living in now. We know we see the rising kingdom of the dolls coming forth, where women are saying, listen, my body have to stay so my body, you don't want a baby body. Let's just look at that.
All right, to be honest with you, I say it's art. Just by you saying that, no, all right, two things that I can have flashbacks of. I remember one particular Dolly saying that it's her career. So she have to Dolly up. It's her career. That is what's going to make better get her money. And to say it doesn't affect the fact that she can have children at a later date. It doesn't matter how much surgery she have. This is what she's explaining her what her physician told her. She can have as much. So she's using the body now to build her funds up. Right? And there was another one that she tell her no, what you say, no cocomelon to the Dolly body. So she just write out the math and no pity.
Yeah, no.
Okay? Cocomelon to the Dolly body.
Well, the society has changed so much that we somewhat, I think we will lose a sense of what is true. I can understand the need for a woman to look good or quote unquote sexy, and every man I can agree with sexy. But all like that of them shit was saying, right? Most of 90% of girls do them body, them shape the same way. If you put them in a line, they look the same. There's really no difference. However, as she would have stated that if it doesn't affect them from starting from having children, it goes back down to everybody, you know, having their own choice, their own freedom of wanting to do what they want. For me, I'm not perturbed by women and them body when they're married.
Another important factor that I really think that we should mention, it's not been mentioned a lot, right, in the public domains because it is deemed as illegal out here. But surprisingly, the abortion rate in Jamaica is very, very, very high. So that might be one of the factors why we're not seeing babies. Not pregnancy, no, we're not seeing babies.
That's true.
And the alarming thing, what helped me to draw my conclusion, which doesn't mean I'm right, but what helped me to draw my conclusion, there was a particular doctor that was being locked up in Spanish Town, right? And the comments on that, them start ball out the man name and I said, why? I look pregnant house, next set apartment for dash and believe for what carried. And they want a pair, and I mean both males and female, and they were on them. They say, then I start look for some other articles, I'm start doing a little research, like so at the topic. Right. I'm start doing even because all the pointers are coming back.
Right.
So then I realized that the abortion rate, if you go on my page, I ensure I tell them we do not sell abortion pill. We don't know nowhere to recommend it, so don't even ask. And we have persons who still post and they still ask, boy, we know one situation, and some of them would go to the far extent to explain, you know, how they get this with a married man or them never use protection or whatever. Also, one of the factors that persons are now saying why they end up being pregnant, if it's not planned, they will say that they were on birth control and they still get, they don't come off sometimes and they still get pregnant.
Or some of them would say that they use what do you call it? The morning after something?
Right.
Yeah. And but there's a split side to that, because if you're already ovulating and the person ejaculating you, and on the sperm, the egg could not take a tanzil. It's coming.
Okay. Well, look at the shift in relationships too.
In what aspect?
In the aspect that we are seeing the rise in the LGBTQ communities.
Well, I think that
You don't think that's
I don't think so, to be honest.
Yes. It's a reality. We have to face it. We know what time about it is outside.
You see? Good question, though. We asked her then, what?
Somebody say that girl.
You see what you did do? And what you did? You can't never bother this. I know.
But yes, it is. It will contribute to the decline in it.
But it's not so much of a major factor in my view.
I think it's a factor.
Why? Because back then you still had those type of persons existing. The thing is, even though the numbers might increase for pronoun persons, I mean, it goes back down to still women are choosing to not, and the abortion rates, as she would represent, are high. So even if, because they are just a small insignificant piece of the pie.
No, I don't agree that they are not a part of the discussion. They are a part of the discussion, because over the years, when I did my research, over the years, the LGBTQ population in Jamaica has grown significantly.
But some of them have kids.
Some of them have kids, but some of them are not having. It's not contributing. We can't have picnic without opposite sex. We cannot.
Can I interject?
Mm-hmm.
But and the illnesses, you are basically talking about the known homosexuals. You're talking about, so it's a small amount. You want to go out of them pride party.
You can't go. No, you can't go.
You can go. If you're assigned,
You can't go.
if you're assigned, you have to go with your duty.
We are talking about.
What do you mean we are?
No, we're not talking about that. I different some of that. No mention that.
If he's assigned,
No mention that. No mention that.
so help him out.
Right.
Let me not go this one. Not go this one.
But if you're assigned, you have to do what you have to do.
Okay.
And there's a lot of persons that are undercover, so they have to be a part of the topic. Because this way you have persons who they're undercover, you know,
But undercover one them have kids, you know.
some. I don't say some. We're not able to put a percentage to it.
Most of undercover, alright. Most of undercover one them have kids to try to use that for market.
Stadium cannot hold them. May I tell you that?
You don't know.
No, I'm on the parish by parish now, because when them do the big pride, it cannot tell you can't hold them.
How you know this?
Alright, it goes back to what you stated earlier. Back then, so and now, technology has been improved.
Exactly.
And nobody now really to hide it, and then the only one they want to hide it, and must say one of the sites and already. But the
Are
people are
not dead or let it come out and don't want it to be publicized as it
because
is.
right now, you see some posts with some female drag around acting like them, acting them and what. And when I look on TikTok and see all of the comments there, we see people are coming, me know me straight and right now, me feel lean. I don't see them bi curious, or them less curious, or them very curious, and just want to see what it's about. Not saying that they're really curious, but they're a part of it because they are telling from Jamaica, one, people have a trip and come from Jamaica and Canada for that them crying. That's all the thing right now. So they're a part of it. They're supposed to make a pie chart, but can't tell you probably about quarter of the pie chart. But I've never taken this earlier, and I'm just so. I really to wake up and
Swear you see that you're drinking, sir, but it's there.
But
It's
it's
a part
true.
of it. Yes, you made some points earlier about. I'm not even going to dwell anymore on that bit. I'm just going to jump right along. You made some points earlier about marriage, women wanting wanting to be secure in marriage and stuff like that before having children. That is also a shift in relationships in Jamaica, you know,
that's true.
because back then, you know, look here, Mr. Jillian, you are 3 women on one road of farms. You have picnic for Mr. Sam.
No.
It's still happening now.
More now.
You think it's happening more now?
No, but the population
Mm-hmm.
30 years ago
Right.
versus now, because now the population is about what, 3 point something? 2.25, almost 3 million.
Male shortage in Jamaica, is that what you're trying to imply?
I'm not implying there's a male shortage in Jamaica.
Okay.
There is
So
a
that
male
can be one
shortage.
factor why-
And hold on, not just a male shortage, but a shortage of suitable males.
Well, I like the point where we put suitable before it.
No, because think about it. Majority of the men, them, if they are jail, in the bar all the time, sometimes someone in us step on corner, nah do nothing. So a doctor will have 3-4 girlfriends. Then a man will well off, is he might have more than one girlfriend.
Like quiet novel it.
Oh, no,
We must have-
I'm going to tell you why. It doesn't seem like a thing because this when some of them have 3, 4, 5 girlfriends, the reality still stands. The man will look for your thing with dash for the belly, my girl. And if you don't dash for your belly, you end up being a single mother. So the girl are getting put strain on economic and they get stressed out the man. Now help you with the man they tell you to dash for the belly. Also, it still leaves the standpoint that you like choices females are supposed to protect themselves because it's not that, you know, I said male condoms are being sold way more than female condom, and there are female condom that does exist. Right?
But nobody know how we're a female. Nobody know how we're a female condom. You ever use a female condom?
What do you mean?
What feel?
What do you mean what it feel?
She just tell us this time you come.
Well, like,
never use it.
How it feel?
Just like what male some of the feel, you just put it in, it's like a little.
How too much stress that figure check because you ever say them put our
I'm going to ask
a
you.
male condom just easy to go on.
Since you're going to say
Pinch and roll on. Simple.
Or the female condom go. It's pinch and
No, take it out. You have to go so and go so. Because I go cross. I mean, these are.
So you ask me only if you know already.
No, me never say, oh, you know, me ask if ever use one before. Because 80% of women them never use one before.
No, I've never used one before. They don't want to use it. Them two
Because it's complicated to use. Alright.
Yes.
When a woman in a mood, she can't bother. By the time a woman forgot so with the female condom, she never want it no more.
You know, most of these things stuff are up here. But tell you why.
Everything
I
is-
use an example. I ask you the question deliberately. We're not discriminating, right? And first, so it's an example. See a girl, you like her, two want to agree. Why means the word agree? Come the one who want to say rip her, right? You want to agree for have sex. And then into her, you will have sex with her?
Yes. Good, why not?
No, right, not good.
Mhm.
No, if you see a girl and you like the girl say, why you know some HIV positive, will you still go ahead and agree for have sex with her? Why? You like her? But up here, so no
So
one
that-
on a mood.
Of course I mood because I think about it.
Hello,
Well on.
The hormone in the day on me. Everybody know me.
No.
It's open. Everybody will let me know that.
So what?
The hormone something there. If it come, I kill it. Want it.
So why you kill it? Remember
I
that?
want it.
Why you don't want it?
I don't want it.
Why you don't want to feel on it?
Yeah man, why?
There's no reason why I just not my thing that. And that's not my thing that. It does not sit well with me.
To feel on it, just
No,
but it's a natural feeling.
No, it's natural
It's
man.
supposed to be a natural feeling. That means I want it. Diarrhea is a natural thing, but we don't want it.
No,
It's a natural. It happens if something wrong in your stomach. What you saying a natural?
So what are you saying? So if you feel on is something wrong with what? Your vagina?
No, man. No, I'm not saying something wrong with me. I said it's a personal individual item that I don't want.
Oh, you made the ask that we take it away.
But I'm not going to take it away.
Where say?
I'm not going to take
Celibacy is
it
the best thing. What I say?
away. No, go so.
What you say?
No, go
Abstinent
so.
makes sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah, in a certain time and
say?
space. It does.
In
But
a certain time and space.
it's not about you. Listen.
In a certain season, then. Let me talk about certain.
That's why I say certain time and space. That's why I say certain time and
As in,
space.
Burke take a relationship, them jump on one yacht. Oh, you do that? You just left the man last night and by this man, you know, and it's babes, baby, I'm ready. No, man. Self-control. Self-control is so.
I agree.
Totally agree with you.
I agree with if you want to go on a part of
You
celibacy.
agree with me now? It's not correct to you.
But just say me agree.
No, you say I agree with them, you not say me.
Yeah, me agree with you.
Right, I agree with her too.
Yeah, that celibacy for a period is good. Celibacy for a period is good. Of
What
course.
type of period? How long?
Let's say you decide, say, I don't want kids right now, but
Right.
they're going to meet a man maybe next year because, you know, me I work for myself as a,
Okay.
you know, I'm working on myself, you know,
Okay.
sisterhood and, you know,
Right.
self-employed woman.
Yes.
But there's going to come a point. Well, for everybody's built different. So she said she don't have the hormone something.
Well, me not have it either. I'm okay.
Alright, so what about you now? Because they can't watch for your part, you know, for your part.
You know what?
No, she said,
You
No,
don't have it
and
either.
understand why you don't have the hormone? And what kind of woman will be, man?
There's a specific hormone that contains in your body.
I want to find a woman in the day.
When I said it, well, I was talking to my friend and I said it to her and she was like, and I said, yes, it's been a long while since, it's been years since I felt on it.
Right.
Oh,
Some things
so which pill you not take?
I'm not taking any
Some,
pill.
when I know it might not come to us naturally, but some things can sugar it off then. Right? So let's say, alright, you're with the person
So
now.
what you got off?
So she
Right, and then she said,
Ask me what you got. Because, alright, so say you meet me now and I say, hey, you
there's a
know,
lot of factors that
well, I know one, I'm going to say, Noelle, no one me have a child together. Come I feel like, no one sickle down with you.
clinic appointment.
She had to-
No, I'm saying no word, but I'm going to be here for you.
But you must say that all the time.
No, alright. So, well, I know so we say alright, we could live together and it's per se marriage per se because that's quote unquote security. So you're telling me say no, you know about the Annie, and you don't want to pick.
No, but she just made a point. She said that when her husband come, she asked God for all the honest until her husband come.
God can't hold the honest. God can't hold the honest.
So again, it starts out up here. So you know, so that yesterday.
But the way the female can know, because if you need for a woman and she take a female condom and she have to go so, if you go full up, if you go put in
The first thing a Jamaican man will ask you,
but I'm gonna ask, what that?
So you mean?
You don't know why I'm gonna ask, and where you go with that?
You can look straight, shouldn't have straight, so when you put a piece, they will accuse.
Yeah, but I
There's
mean,
some man has a little piece from a girl with them and them bonafide girl. Your mom make sure them add them kind of and them don't want a girl to come text my phone and say, I'm pregnant.
I'm not pregnant alone. What do you put that thing?
Well, the product factors.
Jamaican them right now on the park where the place and down there can walk in from simple and like
No, man, you're well.
and you know something happens with the nursing and post the
Okay, talk to
they
me.
can walk in from 8 o'clock to 4 p.m. Then do all the screen testing with everybody has expensive 5,000 for the good renters. So I didn't to say me and you was a way and you can't make us go drive go down there so it take less than 10 minutes. One place and then the HIV test, syphilis test, gonorrhea test, go free. Family planning board in Jamaica, then do it out to the crossroad, but I also pay like 200 of each test or something like so.
So it's accessible. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, so unless you want to be private or you know show about yourself, so you want to go private.
La wonder look like it whole Mr. Fuller, man.
No, man, and that's you know.
As we said, most of the things them start from up here, so come I go show you. Even yesterday me I walk, I don't know where I was, after church put more somewhere. And the drinking man just passed, he did not stop him just pass and say, I like the dress. It was orange floral dress. He said, I like the dress. And I said, thank you. Most Jamaican act girl and daddy, I say, I look the man, I look them. No, the man just passed and give a compliment. See, because in Jamaica, you can't come and tell me all these stories and all these stories. So guess you know, never run a certain nature of course. I tell me, say, oh, you're going to marry me. Every man want, which woman don't want, you say the man going to marry me.
No woman, no one married.
No woman, no woman. They want the responsibility of marriage.
If she decided that she's going to get in a relationship and she agreed, so let's go have a child. For you mentioned marriage, how they know that? if she decides that she's going to be the one for her, or at least she have someone else similar for her, back for her.
But you know,
some of them people,
you know what I mean?
they say 5 man, 5 income. Hey, that's for the petty challenge.
But
All of that.
But the major question is why people not asking.
What you say? Talk to me then, Mr.
The
Fuller.
major question, I think the answer is economic reason, financial stability. I think that
Infertility
is
issues,
and infertility issues.
lifestyle, no, that was homosexual, but let's say
No,
lifestyle.
all right, but I'm saying, with the money, you can address 80% of the infertility issues.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So, if your pocket can afford certain things, you will like to have a child, because a lot of, as I'm saying, you know, a lot of women who are well off, they're doing well without a man, and them preach it all the time. But them have the child. But it would be better to have a father in the home, because that creates a balance within the home. It also helps the child in order to understand male versus female behavior, because you'll be able to watch the feet that your father and your mother, and that becomes a vicariously you learn, so that in itself will help. But I mean, hey,
Remember again, as you touch on the topic, it takes a family or a village,
Takes a village.
Yeah, to raise a child.
and that's what I'm saying. So then, if you don't have a father within the home, me believe as a single mother, there's so much father figures they can find. There's so much father figures they can find. To say, yo, let me talk to Uncle Rai and say, Uncle Rai, say Johnny not no father, but more assist him sometime, or more you come at the house sometime and show him this, kick the ball and so with him, or then we could something there. Because there are a lot of males out there, who have them children with them family, but me think there are a lot of men who extend themselves to other children without their parents.
Yeah,
what missing. Because I do that from time to time.
I see your point.
Yeah, I do that from time to time. I have my own child. But anytime I see a child anywhere, and then I realize it's a single mother situation, and that's me I try moving, but
But we don't know. I just have to tell you a while ago, but just another
Hold on.
approach Uncle Ryan or Uncle Ryan. I said, well, I say,
No, man.
Flicker and so I could have gone.
No.
I understand your point. It's a good point that you're making, but I'm saying
Some people might get it twisted.
Right.
But you don't want to get it twisted,
But unless you ever set up the boundaries, say, okay, this is what I would like. But is it that single mother are worried about not having a father figure in the house, or not having the financial part of the father figure within the house?
The first thing them think about woman and money. The first thing. Financial adapt.
No, but they do. Yes, they're going to think about the financial.
And then the father figure after. Then the man. Because
pay the school fee. She alone.
those are them. All right.
So she
Well. Listen, a woman. Yes, a woman. She 75% all right. If the man did over this up, and the man has send money at one time.
Again,
She's 75%. She's 75%.
So,
all right. Other 25%, I think did it and can, help around the house, or play a little kickball and look at play a little dolly house with the baby until the child mature or free and teach and be there as a disciplinarian.
Okay.
But I'm saying this, if a woman get the money at one time and she not have to think, but say she alone have to buy this, or she alone have to pay for that, she alone have to. If a woman have all of them, it is really less stressful for her. The other little thing, them disciplinarian and all of that, it becomes not so much of a major concern. It is a concern, but it's not so much of a major concern. Versus if the man not did it at all, plus him not send no money at all, and that a most one problem.
I realize that not holding every single person's accountable, but I realize that there's a trend in Jamaica, and it's not just now, decades, right? It just seemed to be normalized, where if the father just in the life just move on with life, right? And then I realized that there's this next thing. I guess the law have to put something in place where if the parent, the male is not playing his role, they take him to the family court. Last time we checked on that, we said 2005, and my guess money that story, I will keep it. That doesn't make no sense.
No,
we don't know.
No, it
depends on how much the person earns.
Each case is different.
It depends on how much the person earns.
Each case is different.
What 2005 per hour per day?
I'm not sure. I mean, I know.
No, I do some more research, man.
I never thought of going that road, so that now go in.
What more say? Well, we have more get in there first.
Yeah, but them can edit it.
Edit it. So hold on, you're
It's real talk, Jamaica.
your baby father
That does not exist.
play a role in your life.
That does not exist.
Money in a gift sense.
Listen to the description.
That's even 100 I'm saying.
That does not
That's even like ice cream money.
The Noblet is just so feisty. She feisty? How she feisty, sir? But anyway, guys.
So you made a comment earlier. You talk about generation, and I'm going to go there now with the generation gap now, right? So we are going to look at older generation to the younger generation now. If we look back at in our era with our parents, we notice that our parents, most of our parents' time, they never done a really planning, you know. Them just a spit out baby, you know. But if we notice now, this generation, the younger generation, there are more plans. And you know what used to happen to, if we look at it, if we compare, back then, the accessibility to birth controls was not like that. But now, in the schools, every clinic, as Noelle said, you have places where you can just walk in and get these things for free. So those are some contributing factors. If we look back at how the birth rate was high back then, people will have 12, 13 picnic. And now we're not seeing that happening now.
As well as allegedly, a lot of persons are saying some of the same birth control are now causing, even when they reach a baby, is now causing them not to actually produce.
Okay.
So do or die.
Okay, all right. The first I had my child, she was, when we were together, she was on this birth control, and I told her, because it would give her irregular periods, and I would have said to her that, yo, stop take that. Any protection is better to use condom, because the condom is not affecting your whole biological makeup.
Right.
Because if you're taking something inside and it's giving an adverse reaction, your body is doing irregular things that it's not supposed to. I do think, in my opinion, that is good. That's a good thing to take. Someone says, stop take that. And I think that's how I would have had my first child, because there are moments some never have no condom, and then they know how that go already. Because in the heat of the moment,
and then say, oh, I'm a condom.
I am with your person, and I hear a person. I have no, but it's not like it's a stranger, it's a different thing. I hear a person, so in the heat of the moment, I say, oh, I'm not a boot. So, no, I was strike. So I was strike hard. So, what's up?
You know, they have report.
So the thing is though, if she was on that birth control thing, I think maybe I wouldn't have my child so early when I did. Maybe I would have had my child maybe later on, or more planning would go in it. But I mean, most children come when it's unplanned, or when it didn't expect it.
Right.
Most children.
All right. Another point you touched regarding generation, and this is just my research, and I can confirm it because personally I still advise persons under supervision to do it. Back in the days, you know, the generation in the last Myla Alex, so back in the days, Rowan bush tea, there's certain herbs that help with fertility, you know. So them just get up a morning time, go to the area them want with a fever grass, dogwood bush, dandelion, you know, them just go there and just, these are some of the herbs that help cleanse the body, cleanse the blood, cleanse the uterus. So them drinking it back in the days, them just a drink and then them ovulate. Persons that really drink bush tea, them generation that really drink bush tea unless they have a certain issue
Generational mentality.
overall. But back in the days, those are one of the reasons why, you know, but they never used to drink them bag of soda back in the days.
The average woman, you tell her about something healthy, she make up her face. You tell a woman about, you know, say, you can blend up some okra water with some pineapple, and thing on.
So he's a blender. He's a blender. In
The
the
okra water and the pineapple juice, the fair.
Good for one.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, they put that in your body, have a natural slippery slime to it.
Them say the okra boost ovulation as well.
And then okra have zinc in it, so you good for one.
So it's good for men and both men and women.
Them one,
Okay. So it make women slippery and man zinky.
And we run out of this. So, yeah, man, the doctors advise persons to actually drink the old okra and the pineapple. Never hear them think about pineapple for the pum pum.
Listen, man.
Yes, that's the truth.
But then it's about the pineapple.
Pineapple for the pum pum. Yes.
You say it makes sperm sweet.
As well as,
Okay then.
I had issue of infertility, a condition called hyprolactin, where I wasn't ovulating and I thought I wasn't able to get pregnant.
So now you have got some systems
One down when me have the first time, I can't tell you how much resident criminologists in Jamaica, I can't tell you how much hours is it, and all of those. We can't tell you all the gynecologists, them the one that must take your money and put it on this pillow, you're going to when they put it on 4 pen until all of that. So
your pregnancy was planned?
yeah, it was planned.
So hold on. Question. When Glenn mentioned, so it kind of go off a little bit. So that way just say, do you think that have something for the radio? Not the hormone.
I don't know. I mean, it has a lot to do with it.
Okay, so I don't got to show it.
Let me show you how bad it is.
That's that God don't know to do this.
I'm going to show you how
God don't know to do
Let me
this.
show you how blessed I was with that situation. I don't know if up to now, one of my biggest wish before my eyes close and before I leave this earth, I want to feel how baby feel and I didn't get a C-section. The whole, I prolactin, I had a case and I almost reached into the paper. Whereas the only way you knew I was pregnant was because my abdomen was actually growing. So the whole crave and swell foot and fill back and even when I was moved on, baby I knew it. And because the whole COVID they said because they can't jump and down and this to the nearest hospital, so they have to send over email with the files. That's all they end up. That's the physical, somebody literally emails. And when I went to Spanish hospital. I said, I pay my money if I do it already and the doctor, whatever. So I can't get private and they were saying no. So I end up with the general something. The night I knew I was going to have the baby, they called Edward Burke. I came out the bed, he was there, I came out the bed and I was saying, I come up the bed and I can't control my brother.
Wow,
and when I was stepping up back, I feel another something. So when he get up and fly the light and he pop up with someone, even when we were driving past the zone, made up on my phone, see him when I tell the police, there's here call the security police, right? I'll be able to try to tell the boy police say, and she on the phone and loud up her face. So it's when I reached Spanish Town Hospital, we got the direction, because I don't know which part building in my opinion, them do the direction. It's when I reach, as I step on the car, one other shower come down. I'm hear people in there ball, way, this, that, here, whatever. So I look at my bed, make joke on me and say, Lord God, oh, prayer when we reach us earlier after 3 in the morning. That's all, because when I realize, also in there, no contraction. Nothing when I tell them, I'm going there, and I say, my bag or something on the suitcase and me carry come, I think I didn't go to live in a 1 million or something in the suitcase, suitcase with paddle. When nobody in there, when we say me here, one section and I say, so when I say 2 sections, I'll give up. The section that they didn't place me, they say, go on the bed for say how far, and then go on and say 3 centimeters. And then they say, 10 centimeters, I don't know if I'm nursing this, I tell them before the baby can come over there. And when they find something, the big sign, I have a picture right now on my phone, the big sign, no cell phone. And then I know, when African doctor come, there's a machine where keep go up and down. So when you're feeling the contraction or pain, it's supposed to go up. And the man gets so mad about that paper, the man tell him, I say, you're not feeling pain. And I say, no, them keep a call other person. And I say, no, you're feeling pain. Look at the machine. Because they pin on something. I mean, I say, I'm not feeling pain. You know how me know, so my son basically halfway on earth. If either something with them head come out and the janitor wipe and just a great excitement. When them came go to one room now, they say was the living room. Time and I straight up in a woman, even me, I look up in and I talk to me and say, "Is your third child? You can't leave it like that. Look at her." But that nurse did not realize that I had a condition I call dream pregnancy. It's a long name. So I feel up pain and so as soon as I saw it come up, me jump up for the mirror and put on my clothes. And I was saying, "No, you can't let you jump on me." So you mean never drop down because I wasn't feeling no feeling no farmer pain. So when them did them go upstairs and them give me one bed and the lady come in and all kind of. As a matter of fact, the most part at least for them realize that something around they wanted to call for help was them say in order for the baby to come fully out, you have to push. But the only way you can push is when you feel the contraction. No, me never that feel nothing. One of the midwives never knows to me carry the phone and the delivery room. Them keep one of the IV and push something in there. At the time I did not know what it was. I turned to the lady and said, "Nurse, tell me what I put it in there. Because I keep putting it in there. So I mean I want to put it in there for the sleep." She said, "No, it's called oxytocin. It's to help you push pain." So about 4 of them and the African, I realized that almost half of the staff out of the room out there, so come inside. I mean I wonder why everybody that file like say, "Never there." Lo and behold, now when they put it like about 4 times later to me, say, "We can't put no more in there, you know." I slowly feel like a tingling feel like period pain. Let me know. Me never used to say period, so I don't know what that feel like, but I can just, I know, without something like that, I feel like, yes, so the first thing when me get, I say, "Nurse, me feel something, you know, push, we say, "Body, you want to come?" The way them find with the pain disappear. Disappear. I'm there, I'm telling you, I'm just the milk with him. Because I just want to be able to school. Because if head come out and the face come out and the somebody not come out. And they said that if I push without the contraction, I'd have gotten a tear up and this and that. And I'm going to look at time and do me things. I said, "When them tell the baby God, I want to go them to the baby God." So I don't feel no pain. I still want to feel pain. I don't want to pick me.
I feel like.
I mean. But okay. Yeah, some of the productive is a blessing for me in disguise.
So you don't feel no pain?
No, that's what I say. I want to feel because even the African doctor, he might get so upset.
So when they were having intercourse, you feel that?
Yeah, you feel it.
When they more coming from us, I want shit to come out.
Yeah, that's the reason why babies do not. There's a narrative I'm put on my page. The baby, each centimeter. The vagina itself opens. That's what I'm telling you. That's what I mentioned earlier. If person is going to the delivery room with their spouse, their wife, and when you see wide that vagina open like the door right there, so I think a lot of persons feel when they go home, Google it and see. It traumatized me. You know why it can't open? No man. I mean 10 centimeters is one than the cup right here, you know. But 3 times this, you know, by itself.
I know what kind of all me know, you know.
But yeah.
Okay, so that was an interesting story though. Very interesting. This is first I've heard about the dream pregnancy.
Yeah, they call it the dream pregnancy.
Yeah, producer, maybe that's you're gonna want the dream pregnancy. Alright, so in conclusion I've covered a lot of factors. So what are the priorities that you think that we can put, or things that we can put in place to see Jamaica growing again in our population?
I think there needs to be better paying jobs for the average 19, 20, 21 to make you old persons. I also think that the accessibility to housing is a major factor. Yes. It's easier to get a car than a house.
Right.
Paying a rent for a one average rent in Kingston is the least for a 1 bedroom, and God bless the little something where you find, is at least 50,000, 45,000, depending on the era.
It's true.
If a young person pay $45,000 for rent, you can pay that for mortgage. Basically, your age, a mortgage money that if you think so. I think if young persons, if more persons can have an ease of access to homes, public house and thing, if not a 2-bedroom house, and I'm me alone in night, they gonna feel it like human nature. I go want a man in a house, I go want a woman in a house. If you have a man in my house, alright. I want to pick you know, because if you have a house for yourself, you don't have to go rent, landlord that kick you out, you want your person living in the house. Naturally, you go want a child. It's just naturally you go want. Because if you have a woman living in a house, for a period of time, I wouldn't pick it.
It like it just natural for happen. It's natural.
Anything to add?
Man, that was we as a wrap as I said. Well, so basically, it's basically saying accessibility or more easy accessibility to certain resources to make life more comfortable and not stressful, so that you know if you say after your money gone to housing or bills per se, and then God bless you have to live off. In addition to that, I think they need to look into the whole contraceptive ideas, because some of these same ideas are actually causing persons to have issues. Again, that will decline birth rate. Because if you have issue from one thing, then another issue that again. So that's another thing. Let's wrap it up.
Thank you.
Guys, listen, what are we going to talk and go on with yourself, especially you? Listen, you just jump out and frighten me.
Truth is the truth and the truth is the reality. You can't run from it, because the more persons are aware of situations, they'll know how to tackle it.
Thank you. I totally agree. Mr. Fuller, thank you very much for making it Real Talk Jamaica. Yes, I appreciate you guys coming. Okay, guys, so where can our viewers find you?
Well, I'm on Instagram and TikTok at Budget Solution.
Okay. All right. So we can expect a Wednesday post. Guys? We can expect a Wednesday post. Okay. Boy, I really enjoyed that conversation. Guys, it's time to head to our Jamaican streets to hear what they have to say. We will be right back after this.
Hi guys, we're in Ocherius to ask the question, why is it the Jamaican birth rate have decreased in the last 20 years? So follow me and we'll hear what the people them have to say.
It has been reported that Jamaica is on a steady decline in their birth rate. What are your thoughts on that? What do you think is the cause of this?
My thoughts on it is since they came up with the so-called coronavirus and started to give the people the vaccine, I realized that from that time there's a low rate on females getting pregnant or a man being able to get a female pregnant.
There is not enough jobs opportunity that is provided for young people, and therefore they are not financially stable enough to provide for themselves.
They don't want to go. All they want is born home. Yeah.
And you need a woman to have a child, right?
You need a woman to have a child. Yeah.
What are my thoughts on the cost of it? Basically, if you have like less jobs, education. So basically, the female cannot see the future. So if the female cannot see the future, the system will shut down. The kind of more answer question more easy. That is something that can up so long, you know what I'm saying? You can't see picture, not true.
Alright.
So if the education system shut down, then there will be no more growth, no more economy. So the female cannot multiply. It's like the system come to a halt.
Okay.
You kind of matter what I'm saying?
Yes, I understand what you're saying.
That concern a child, concerns a family, and the emotional health that comes with it. So you have to be prepared in certain ways. So that's where I see most young people are looking at it as now. And you still have a lot of persons producing children. You still have a lot of persons who, because Jamaica is not directly one of the countries at the higher rate of declaration of the population is concerned. And mostly there are other countries who are suffering with it right now more than Jamaica.
Poverty. I'm not only this. Poverty things now. Up there, out here, everybody in the
And you know, most people, when you reach certain age, most young people, when you reach certain age, it's like your parents automatically start depending on you. You know, the middle class, the poorer. So, and most of the times they don't even have a house for themselves.
because of course, you know, our female got to be comfortable in their mind. They got to be, you know, mentally stable in order to get pregnant, because you know that the stress level can hinder the pregnancy.
Time gets hard, and some people can afford it. There's no job for them. That's why they don't have children like one time.
I don't want no kids. What do you mean? I can't afford them. That is it. Females, they don't have any drive because they don't see like all the high cost of living and things like that.
No, it is not that. You're actually looking at it different. What I'm saying is that the future, if you cannot see the future, then accident can happen. So the female is afraid to get pregnant and cannot be able to sustain the baby. So the female society reduce the multiplying. It's like the island is experiencing like an error. So once they experience error, the human then go aware of it. So it's slow down process. So it can be like a universal warfare. I get what I say, but within your circumference, the female doesn't have any education. Because the female cut off her ear and put on false ear. Okay. Next thing again, you're not supposed to bore your ears. And you bore your ears and then the male can feel a sting in her genital. Because when you type the information, like when you type the text message using the phone, it's a copper, so it send the information and affect the other skin, because the skin those iron I see a magnet. Right. So skin and skin magnet when I want to look for you and get turned on, and when you look for no man you get turned on. So the information affect each other. So if I put an element in the stuff, they go create an error 32.
So them in turn looking for you as a young person now to help them out. So the pressure and the stress is placed on the younger folks to now help their parents, because them believe enough. Even though at them come, them give birth to you, them believe that you must in turn get responsible for them. I help them out. When a them carry you come for the face they hurt to do. Safe sex?
Safe sex. And not my use condom. It can use condom. And the woman I use birth control and was something. So less children born right now.
Many persons are looking at the fact right now where if it's affordable to take care of a child, because you have to think about all the cost rates, the different school fees that you have to pay, what a child would need, what a child would want within life, and you have to think about the same needs that you would need, and if it's in your study rate that you can afford to do all of this.
Still by those women I am ready. Alright, okay. It's just that bottom line for me.
They do have a jump to the rate that the government put minimum wage. That can't take care of not even one child.
Inflation is high. You have to take into consideration how are we going to maintain all of these children that women are supposed to have, or being pressured to have, which is not fair.
So it's so much. So people are having second thoughts, and like how they're not financially stable, they can't provide totally for themselves. So why take up so much kids? You understand me?
One more thing. One thing there, she tell the doctor that Facebook media, she tell the doctor that environmental plant life farm research, where if you keep the environment clean, you can actually keep the human clean, because the environment actually dirty the human. Not true. But many people then throw garbage in like here. Look all this brightness. So student say every day it's still saying it's like a bullfrog living out, or you have different type of species of species of people where basically need like oxygen. Oxygen is actually methane breakdown of organic compound. So oxygen bond with methane gas. But when you burn it, you get the element carbon, and carbon dioxide is black people, millennium. So after you burn the information, that's the gas that keeps us alive. But some people need stinkness to take it as oxygen to survive. The Bible says in our last day, look out for stinkness.
Okay. Alright.
It makes sense?
It makes sense, man. You make a lot of sense. But I spoke with a young girl at work in the supermarket, and I said to her, after I paid like $20,000 for some grocery, I said to her, how do you do it? She said, listen to me, may I have to have 2 man. A 2 man me have to have. May I have 2 kids with 2 different baby father. And it is really hard for me. I'm still have to give my mother something out of my money when we make.
Yes, a lot of violence is going on. You get scared of people because you don't trust people, because the heart of a man get wicked, definitely wicked. So people just, everybody being a mad people on the road. So people get scared. That's why.
No, what I get?
Yes, sorry.
3.
Well, guys, we got a range of opinions. You can leave your opinion down below in the comment section. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for making it Real Street Talk. Thank you for watching Real Talk Jamaica. We have had a blast bringing you today's episode. Remember to hit the like button, subscribe, and ring the bell for notifications. Join us next Sunday at 6:30 p.m. for more of the conversations you love. Remember to follow us on all platforms at Real Talk Jamaica. This is Quanna Rich Harris, reminding you to continue keeping it real. Hey there, like what you see? Want to keep watching? Click here for more videos.